Hey friend, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Roxanne and this is a vlog. About 2 weeks ago, I realized that the following week was going to be pretty busy for me. I was going to have something to do just about every day, so I decided to document it, and this is that. So let's start with Sunday. Sunday, I did absolutely nothing. I said, I have a busy week coming up. I'm not doing anything today. I'm going to get my rest. So I have an internal alarm clock that goes off between 6:30 and 7 o'clock every morning. It doesn't really matter what time I went to bed. So lately, I've been staying up a lot later, but still getting up at those same hours. And it has been taking a bit of a toll on me. I am implementing a bedtime now, but still, I'm just gonna take the naps and get the sleep where I can. So when Monday morning rolls around, I get straight to it. The first thing that I do is go to the gym. I do go to the gym like 3 days a week, but every day is leg day, and I'm not really ashamed of that. But every time I go, I do focus on a different group. So Mondays, it's all about building my shelf. I want my ass to sit up here. You know what I mean? I want it to sit. I wanted to sit. So yeah, on Mondays, that's where I focus. And I also do two core exercises. Well, I try to do two core exercises every time I go to the gym as well. So once I was done in the gym, I went home, I had breakfast, I had a shower, and then my granny and her sister came over because my granny's birthday is coming up, and I know she wants to be cute for whatever it is that she's going to be doing. So I told her she could come shop in my closet. I also have like a Depop where I have a bunch of clothes listed. So I sent that to her just for her to kind of go through and pick out whatever she might want. So I could already have it pulled out. And of course, I pulled out some extra pieces for her and stuff. And when she got here, we tried everything on and she left with a big bag of stuff. It was really cute. Once they left, I started to get really antsy because I got invited to be a guest on a podcast for the first time. Well, a podcast that's not my own. For the first time, it's called the Yappy Hour Show. And I'm pretty sure that by the time this video comes out, that will have already come out. So you guys will have probably seen it. But oh my gosh, I was so nervous and excited and antsy that I started getting ready at like 2 o'clock. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have to be there till 5, but I started getting ready at 2. I decided to do my get ready process on live. So I set that up and then I went live while I did my makeup and got dressed. And I did that because I was starting so early. I had plenty of time. It was okay for me to like joke and play around instead of waiting till later and then being in more of a rush. I did my makeup. I put on a really cute outfit. I put on one of my favorite wigs and I ran out the door, girl. And I ran out the door so fast I forgot to put perfume on. And I just feel like it's so disrespectful to meet somebody for the first time and not smell like nothing. I just hated that for me. So I decided to stop at the mall real quick. I went right in through the Macy's entrance, walked right over to the perfume department, and stopped at the first one that I saw. I think it was like a Estee Lauder or something. I'm not really sure. But the first one I picked up, I didn't really like. The second one I picked up smelled good enough for me. Got me a few sprays, cross the body on the wrist. Okay, we're good to go. Put the top back on it and was headed out the door. Well, not before being accosted by a man. You can wait till I'm done.
I want to see if it smell good to me. I don't know.
You can wait till I'm done. But headed straight back out the door, back in the car, and headed to go shoot the pod. I've really been focusing a lot on getting content while I'm out. I'm usually not the type of person who pulls my phone out everywhere that I go, but it's kind of my job, so I do need to do more of that. So now every time I go somewhere and I have on a really cute outfit, I try to make sure that I get at least 1 or 2 videos that I can get some pictures from. So I propped my phone up in my car door and got me a cute little video before I went in. Had to settle my nerves in the parking lot for a second. So when I got to the Happy Hour show, it was so welcome in there. I had a great time recording. This was my first time in like an actual studio setting, so they made it very easy for me. I was super excited. I was very nervous when we first started recording, but it didn't take long for those jitters to go away. Jazz made me feel so comfortable. The questions were fun. It was just an overall good time. She did say I could come back, so hopefully we'll see me back on the Happy Hour show again this year. When I got home, my man and I had dinner, and then we played Sack Boy for a while before we went to bed.
Look cute.
Thank you. Come on.
You know
I
me.
said, let's put some clothes on because I know she coming dressed.
All right, so that was Monday. Let's move into Tuesday. So Tuesday wasn't a really busy day, but the first thing I did was go have breakfast with my friend Gina. This is absolutely not a scenario where I have to do my makeup, but I'm just such a girl right now. Of course I'm doing my makeup, and I'm glad I did because she did hers too, and she did hers because she knew I was gonna do mine. I have a reputation to uphold here, people. I put on this real cute little outfit, very chic, very fashion forward, and I met up with her at Sunday Press. It's a like little cafe, bakery style restaurant. I really value these times where I get to like hang out with my friends. You know, we're getting older. We're all in our mid 30s now. We all have our own lives, our own things going on, and we don't hang out like we used to. But just because the quantity has changed does not mean the quality has changed. When we do have time in our schedules to meet up, we do. It's such a good time. It's always a good time. So much so that we don't ever want it to be over, which is exactly why we left from Sunday Press and went back to her house for some mimosas. I was so jealous because had I known I was coming over there, I would have brought my onesie, but she pulled out her onesie. And you know, if you know me, you know I love a onesie. But I stayed over there for maybe like an hour and a half or so, and then I headed back home. I had some dinner, and then my man surprised me with my favorite cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, which is the Cinnabon one. So now we're moving on to Wednesday. Me and my man actually went to the gym together that morning. On Wednesdays, my focus is that cuff. He need to be able to hold it. Just like this. You know that area where that thigh and that ass meet, that thighs area? Yeah. That's what I work on Wednesdays. I'm going to be honest with you, not a whole lot else happened on Wednesday. I've noticed I don't need to plan to do anything more than 2 days in a row. You got me for 2 days in a row. After that, I'm going to need a break. I'm going to need a nap. And that's exactly what I did. I napped for the majority of the day after the gym up until it was time for me to go and do the podcast. So I threw on a cute little dress and I went to my co-host's apartment so that we can record our podcast, Hey Coworker, out on all podcast platforms, including YouTube, but it is called Hey Coworker. It is not safe for work.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Hey Coworker Podcast, some of your favorite not safe for work coworkers. I am RJ the Friendly Neighborhood Dom, and this is
Fantasia.
AKA
Big Rocks.
Not the Little One.
Never the little one.
And we are your favorite not safe for work coworkers.
After I got done with the podcast, I went back home and I said, you know what? Let me have a glass of wine, which is very unlike me. I don't be drinking like that. If you know me, you know that. But I did decide that I wanted to have a glass of wine. I got it, and it's very clear that I don't drink that often because that wine was disgusting. It was good when I bought it. That's why I didn't throw it away. But it was not good all those months later after it had been sitting there. Don't worry about how I look in here. That was not good. So now Thursday has rolled around and this is my actual vlog day. Whenever I need help with content ideas, that man will make me like a little itinerary for a vlog day, a day for me to just go out and get the content. And this was one of those days. So I started off by doing my hair. I washed it, blow dried it, molded just the sides down, and then curled it. Then I got on live so my friends could keep me company while I did my makeup. I love going live while I get ready. It's so much fun and it just makes the time pass by faster.
Arthritis. You already had arthritis before this accident, or ain't you too young for that? Ain't you too young for arthritis? I'm finna start making jokes in a minute, Nick. I grew up fast. I was thugging young. All my bitches wanna meet my mama cause they love her son. We're like 100 guns. You got it written it. Okay. You need need to go back to that older woman you was dating. Tell her you didn't aged a bit.
I put on this super cute outfit. I love a like elevated casual look that's really gonna seal the deal. It's like I could be going literally anywhere in this outfit. So my first stop was to Jenny's Beauty Supply. It was pretty big. It's definitely the largest beauty supply store that I've ever been into. Um, Although it is like your very average beauty supply store, just much bigger. Everything that I needed was in there. Just about every brand that I found at any other beauty supply store was also in here. Large selection of braiding hair, large selection of wigs. What more could you ask for in a beauty supply store? I didn't really need anything, but we did run out of alcohol, so I went ahead and picked some up since it was right there. All that walking around that beauty supply store worked up my appetite, so I decided it was time for lunch. I went to Papacitos. If you don't know what Papacitos is, I was there during their lunch special and I got the enchiladas and of course I got a strawberry lemonade to drink. I want to beat a strawberry lemonade. It's definitely my favorite drink. I think I want to go on a hunt for the best strawberry lemonade in all of Houston. If you're in Houston and you know some good strawberry lemonade, put it in the comments. Let me know because I'm searching for it. I'm still getting used to the amount of editing vlogging takes, so I find myself like doing it intermittently whenever I have a free moment. So that's definitely what I was doing while I was waiting for my food to come out. So they brought my food out. That was good. My drink was good. I was there on the lunch special, so the price was good. I was a very happy girl. I reapplied my lip liner and then I went to the bathroom. I don't know why I didn't do it in the bathroom, but it's something about pulling out my phone and just doing it right here at the bar. I don't know. It gives me, I don't know. I feel like I owed myself some good bathroom pics because I haven't taken any in a while, and these definitely did not disappoint. Next, I headed on over to Houston's Museum of Fine Arts. My man had already gotten my ticket for me, so when I got there, I just had her scan it, and then she showed me everything that I had access to, which was pretty much the entire museum. Now, if you'll recall from earlier, I do have these boots on, and no, they are not made for walking. So yes, my feet did start to hurt before I was able to finish it, but I did make it through most of it. The Fine Arts Museum is made up of 4 buildings, and it has these tunnels underneath the buildings that take you from one to the next. Now, of everything that I did get to see, the Frida exhibit was the one that was the most interesting to me. I don't know a whole lot about her, but I did come home and immediately start looking her up. I was reading a lot of the artwork that was there, and she seems pretty interesting to me. I don't know a whole lot. I do remember her from Coco, but yeah, I wanted to learn more after seeing that. So once I was done with that, I did go back home and I had an interview to do on Zoom with one of my followers from Instagram. She is in school and she has to write a paper about entrepreneurship, and she asked if she could interview me. I said, I don't know how helpful I'll be, but sure, girl, I can answer whatever questions you have. So we did that. And that was the last thing I did on Thursday. Welcome to Friday. So I did start off with going to the gym that morning. On Fridays, we work out those hip dips. I'm trying to, I told you I do some core exercises every time too. So we're trying to just a little bit. I just want a little shape. That's all. So Fridays, that's what we work on, is filling out hip dips. I must have had like a really good workout on Friday because afterwards I was just in such a good mood. I was energized. I went back home, I got showered up and stuff, and then I decided to clean my room. Now, my room doesn't get dirty ever, but this is a fashion page. I am always in my clothes, so there's always clothes kind of all over the place, and I can't function. I can't do the type of work that I need to do on this Friday with a room full of clutter. So I just took my time kind of straightening things up, putting things back where they go, things that have been worn, going ahead and putting them in the hamper, things that needed to be hung back up, doing that. Once I felt like my room was tidy enough, it was time to go ahead and get to work, which is all about editing today. Like I said earlier, this is still a very tedious and time consuming task for me. So I need my whole work day today to be just editing videos specifically for YouTube. So I did that until it was time for me to go to pick up my kids from school. I picked them up and then we went to the grocery store to pick up some snacks because we did have a storm coming. I had already had all of our basic stuff at home, but I did want to let them kind of pick out whatever snacks that they might want, any extra stuff, you know, a little storm snack, little ice snow snack, if you will. After we left the grocery store, they did make a request for some French fries from McDonald's, and I got McDonald's money, so we did stop at McDonald's before we went back home. And then that's pretty much it, guys. After that, it's quality time with the kids for the rest of the week. I try not to do too much work when I have them because I have a custody agreement with their dad, which is 50-50 custody. We have them a week at a time, and they spend the majority of that time in school. So when I have them on that weekend, I don't mess around. You know, I try to spend as much time with them as I can. And they're also getting a little bit older, so they don't be wanting to spend as much time or do as many things. So there's still some balance. But yeah, that was the rest of the weekend, was with the kids. Thank you so much for making it all the way through this, friends. I am getting in this vlog bag. I'm getting the hang of it. This video was long as hell to make. So I really do appreciate you making it all the way to the end. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You know, just come back and see you, girl. Bye, friend.